welcome to Dwarf Fortress. This game, if you don't know what it is a base building game. It is a very indie one, built by basically two brothers, mostly the programming all done with one brother. It's available for free download, and they live off donations. Luckily, they're finally going to make a move to Steam there with the price tag there so that they can actually, hopefully actually, feed themselves. That would be kind of a nice thing. I've given to them a couple of times, and I've supported them on Patreon for a long time now, too, I think. But it'll be really nice for them to hit Steam so we can encourage people to go there and buy it. So yeah, base building game with dwarves. The user interface is, like, actively unfriendly. But it is very much the Matrix. Once you sort of figure it out, wow, we got some bits coming in. But once you figure it out, you don't see the code anymore. All you see is dwarf, elf, and a tree that needs to be chopped down. We got bits that just came in from, just pulled off of my screen here. Where was it in chat? I guess I can go look at it in the other screen. We have bits from Ron Pendragon. Dulani gave some bits before, and Jorlum as well. And just now Whiskey and Chocolate from T-Burner, who says thanks for the years of awesome content. Well, thanks for the years of awesome watching. Beware the were-bunny. All right, so this is the entrance to our base over here. Sort of a, typical-ish kind of climate. Temperate, actually maybe a little colder. It feels like the ice comes early in autumn. Like these little ponds that we've got going on over here. Feels like they freeze over early in autumn and don't thaw until mid-spring at the earliest. So I think it's a little chilly, but not too bad. We do actually have 4 seasons, so that's kind of nice. This is the entrance to our base right now. Nothing fancy going on. What we have is just we just have some doors here. That's not even a drawbridge or anything of the sort set up. We do want to build up some walls over here, but we had to put pause on the construction work there for a scooch while we dealt with other problems. We got a couple of farms over here, not much planted right now. Hopefully that can be resolved soon. If we head on downwards, down, we get the very first floor of our fort over here, a giant manufacturing floor. The graphics of this remind me of SimEarth. SimEarth was so good. Not as successful, but very enjoyable to me, was Sim Life, which is interesting. Yeah, this is some Crusader Kings music in the background, because there's no music. Well, there's some music built into the game, but, like, this is better. Probably. Maybe. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I like this tile set. I've never played with it before. Which one is it? Oh, yeah, this one here. Vetlinger 32. Yeah, I've never used it before, but I'm quite pleased with it. It is going to look weirdly noisy once all the floors are smooth. Weird thing is, a lot of the tile sets, they're noisy when it's a rough stone. Juna! Dig some! Thank you very much, Juna! I was saying, but a lot of the tile sets, the floor is very rough and noisy when it's rough. And then when it gets smooth, it turns, tends to mean more, flat and polished. Whereas here, the roughed floor is fairly simple. And then we've got this tile pattern for the smooth floor, which may visually add a little bit of noise, but I do like the pattern. But one of my goals with the tile map is always, can we get something that makes what's going on as clear as possible? These are unsmoothed walls over here, little icon showing you the type of stone that's in it at a glance. So you can see here there's different stuff. Then once it's smooth, you get this pattern over here, which looks lovely. Yes, I did, Karthus. We have increased the max pop count. I was debating keeping it low, and we started last week with a low max pop count, because I was like, oh, we'll keep all the dwarves a little bit more personal and this and that. But then, yeah, I think by the end of the stream, most of us were agreeing that, we'd kind of like to ramp up the fortress, get a bunch more people in here so we can build it quicker. Plus, you need to have a higher population to be able to get, some of your nobility and different things and economy going. So it was like, yeah, okay, we'll just reset the population count. That's fine. One of the reasons I was hesitating is because when you keep getting these migrant waves of 20, 30, 40 people at a time, renaming might be a bit of a pain. We may not do more renames. Is it just me, or is there a little... Oh, was that my chair? There we go. Excellent. So maybe we're just these initial dwarves here are going to be the only named ones. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much energy we've got. What was the difference between Sim Life and Sim Earth? Sim Life was really about controlling the evolution of your creatures, whereas Sim Earth is a little bit more hands-offy. There was a lot of overlap. I think they used a very similar engine. Like, if you're just looking at screenshots of both, I think they'll maybe look a little similar at a glance. I think the cap's at 200, which I think is the default. Anyway, we put it at 200, so I don't know. whichever. Let's unpause for a bit. So, we've got our factory floor over here. So it's going to be lots of workshops lining around the outside over here, and then stockpiles in the middle. We have up-down staircases ready in these stockpiles, so theoretically the floor above and the floor below, we could expand our stockpile that way, and it would still be very easy to reach. If we do go down a few stories here, we get to our sort of residential living quarters. We've got a nice dining hall in the middle. It wasn't overly large, because again, initially I thought the population was going to stay fairly low. Maybe this isn't going to be a big enough hall going forward. I don't know. Hey, we got a seasonal change. Autumn has come. Where did Forgotten Beast at? Well, none yet. That's one of the things, though, with raising our population and building up our economy faster, because a bunch of things in the game do trigger or scale based on the economy of your fortress. So how much wealth has been created, for example. I know that specifically does impact sieges. So by doing this, we are going to be inviting a little bit more trouble and more aggressively, but hey, that's okay. So yeah, we got some bedrooms. One of the other things, because we thought we were going to keep our fortress fairly small, we made luxurious, ludicrous bedrooms, 2x3. What? Oh my god. How are the dwarves going to deal with so much space? Now, though, if we're opening it up, it's like, oh, we're going to need a lot more. But hey, maybe these first few bedrooms, there you go, first come, first serve. After that, they're going to be a little smaller. I don't know. Got a little bit of a hospital over here. Over here, we've got our sort of stills and kitchen. So right next to the little dining hall, we've got a couple of stills for brewing alcohol, a couple of kitchens for making fine meals, and then we've got some storage for those things over there. Then way down over here, we have a very special bedroom. A very special bedroom over here, which was temporarily a hospital. You'll notice there's no doors in here. And the reason is this. We have in this room... so this is Loller's body, I think. But right over here, this dwarf, Rhyme Pendragon, he's locked in here. There's no door. He's been sealed in. Because while he looks like a dwarf right now... Hey, Fang! No. But let me get back to you 1 second. Rhyme Pendragon is a Weretapir. I don't think it was part of a caravan. I think it was just a random appearance. Some dude showed up, and he's a Weretapir. So, you know, infected with... I was going to say lycanthropy? Lycanthropy. Anyway. But that technically, lichen specifically is reference to wolf. I don't know if there's, like, a generic term for those sorts of shapeshifter, but anyway, Weretapir it is. We fought them off with, like, no weapons. A couple more I think got infected, but eventually died. We still have one person in here that is infected. But yeah, we have had quite a few deaths. If we come over this way, there we go. The only Shen has been buried. Dumat, who never got a name. Quack Attack. Banana Cabana. Sorry, buddy. Rex Squash. Lolar. Oh, so some of Lolar's body parts are still here, but technically Lolar has been entombed. Silverfish, and I think that's the end of it. So quite a few fatalities dealing with the Weretapir situation. But now they're locked up. I'm sure it's fine now. We do want to get our walls up. That might be the next project we start. Meanwhile, I think we're still digging quite deeply and greedily. And what's weird to me, I'm going down. We haven't hit a cavern. It's possible that there's an underground cavern, like, here, and we just happen to miss it. It's fairly unlikely, but it is possible. We'll find out. Where means man, so werewolf is just man-wolf. Where means man? Really? In what? Is it a Latin root? Greek root? Didn't we bury whole Lolar? Lolar's too epic to fit in just one tomb. We crammed as much as we could in there. That's all. We've robbed 2 caravans, an elven caravan and a human caravan. Well, by robbed, I mean taxed extensively. I don't know how many quotes I need for that, but it felt like that was a word that needed a lot of quotes. So yeah, an elven caravan came, we seized all their goods, which are kind of crap and who cares. But then a human caravan came, we seized all their goods too, and they're much better. Now, what I have to do is make sure that my auto labor is running, because I'm not sure that it is. Current state 1, okay, so it is running. Good. Taxation is theft. Ha! Nice. So yeah, rather than control the jobs over here in Dwarf Therapist, which we could do if our thing was fairly small, we're going to use the DF hack thing to try to manage. It's going to try to keep a certain number of people running certain jobs. We're hitting that. We also hit some native silver. Silver Warhammers, here we come. Okay, we're definitely gonna dig that out. Can you dig diagonally? I don't know. I'll do that. But yeah, there's silver in Nemdara Hills. So why silver is exciting is this. Silver is an extremely dense metal, which means it's really good at making bludgeoning instruments, just beating people over the head. It is a soft metal, so it doesn't hold its edge very well, so you don't want to make swords out of it, but like warhammers, silver warhammers are a classic Dwarf Fortress weapon. That being said, we also have access to steel. We have lots of access to steel, which is kind of phenomenal. I just realized the bottom of this is being cut off slightly. Let me tweak that ever so slightly. Ever so slightly more. Slightly down. Well, that is hard to get exactly where I want it. Okay, something like that. Steel keeps a really good edge. Good thing for swords, but also good for armor. Like silver armor is crap because it's too soft, but steel armor is really good. So right now we do have a little bit of a steel industry going on. And we have a job for steel battle axes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel the steel battle axe job. Looks, I think we queued up 10, 6 left, so presumably we've done 4. I think we can use battle axes to cut down trees, so it's going to be fine. And some people might equip it if they got nothing happening, but we're going to be okay with that. Where was the Old English word for man? Ah, modern word derived from the neuter word for human, and woman is a combination of the Old English word wif, which used to mean woman, and man. Man, I love etymology. I love any study of bugs. Wait, hold on. I might be getting a slightly wrong. No, I love etymology. I love, study of words and origins of words. Especially as someone who is... Ooh! A caravan! A dwarven caravan has arrived. Excellent. I was going to say, especially as someone who was, who's, like, grew up bilingual, it was always really interesting when you would see, like, the same word in 2 languages, and it's like, how did that happen? What's the root? There's some great subreddits as well for various, like, word stuff. No free stuff this time. No, that's okay. We probably can sell them enough mugs to have everything we need. Cool, man, Santa. Hey, we all know your luck. You miss a caravan, highly likely. Also, I love Chaos. We got, is it Professor Chaos? Butter's characters in South Park when they're the superhero? Is it Professor Chaos? I love those. All the superhero stuff. Anytime you see, like, the boys just being kids, when they're role-playing Lord of the Rings or superhero stuff or anything, those are some of the great episodes. It's a new run. Itamarb, no, we actually started last week, so it's pretty new still. People who can't tell the difference between entomology and etymology bug me in ways I cannot explain. Wow. Well, that's good. Wow, that's really good. All right, we're gonna go and request that our trader, Karthus, come over here and perform some trade. We actually, after this, try to remind me, guys, we're going to review the people who are working at various positions. Because, for example, Karthus runs a lot of positions. We've gotten some migrants. Some of them may have organizational or bookkeeping or appraisal skills or something like that. We may be able to split off some of these jobs so Karthus doesn't have to do literally everything. Anyway, we're going to move some goods over here. So, this is the screen where we are grabbing some goods from our stockpile to bring here to do some trading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for finished goods bins. Finished goods bins are where our mugs get stored, and that's what we're primarily selling. The reason we're mass making mugs is because it's a good generic good to just sell, and all mugs can be found in a single search too, so it can make things happier, and it just sounds fine. They're all personalized mugs. Well, actually, they all say Bort on the side. So we're gonna grab all these finished goods bins, and those as well, and we'll move on over. They might have other stuff in them, but it's fine. All right, here's our liaison from the mountain home. Who's going to update us information about the world. At some point, now that we've increased our population cap, we're going to have to maybe run some missions and go raiding at some point. What do we want from the traders? I mean, I think it's actually probably a decent idea to make requests for leather. And cloth. In general, like, starting our cloth industry is kind of a pain in the butt, so getting that kickstarted is kind of handy. We don't even... Oh, yeah. Lots of seeds. We might request some more iron anvils just for a little bit more. But the rest of it, we'll start making our own armor and stuff soon. We'll put in some requests for drinks and cheeses and all the various powders, because it might be nice. Other than that, I don't know if I need to request... we might want to request thread. Same sort of reason. The cloth industry can be kind of a pain sometimes. Now, they will bring just random stuff all the time. But this is just what we're going to increase our chance of getting here. All right. We'll call that good enough. And it's going to be for the next visit. Excuse me, I have a sniffle. You have iron to make anvils yourself. Don't request their overpriced anvils. I thought you couldn't craft anvils. No, I guess you can, but it's just a pain. I don't know. It's fine. We should have lots of money with our mug-based economy. What are they specifically interested in? So this is what they're willing to pay more. Short swords, handwear, cut gems. Whatever, you're getting mugs. You can make anvils, but you first need an anvil. Yeah, and we have 3. So we started with 1, we bought 2. Oh, we're on Pendragon. So he's still switching back and forth between his dwarf form and his weretapir form. So we just have to wait for all the goods to arrive, which shouldn't take too long. It's not too hard to move a bin. What is this? That is Udom's head. Okay, this is a dwarf body over here. We don't have a graveyard. I'm not sure, but it's possible if we do set a graveyard outside a corpse stockpile, they might bring the extra body parts out there. Like, they may not count as a body part for burial, but they might count as a body part for just bringing outside, which we want to do because we don't want things to rot. Time. What are we talking about? Wheelbarrows. Oh, right. Thank you. We're going to check on some things. And yeah, let's make sure there's, we'll make another 10 wheelbarrows to make sure we have those. Making anvils requires anvils. So how to make the first anvils? It's anvils all the way down, Ursa. Armok gave the dwarf the first anvil. Actually, I kind of like that as a lore type thing. The migrants are here! Hooray! More mouths to feed. I like that lore-wise. The first anvil came from Armok. In the D&D campaign that I participate in, and those of you who watch Tales from my D&D campaign on YouTube, which is someone else's channel, my Dungeon Master channel, know that one of the biggest and most influential sort of characters / god / legends, it's a fuzzy thing, in that world is just known as the Smith. Technically, he wasn't the first Smith, but sort of the root of a lot of things. Anyway, I just thought there was an interesting overlap there. It's not going to mean anything to like 90% of you, 99% of you probably, but still. We get Lola the second that does not die from wear attack 1 minute in. I don't know, Lola. There's no greater honor in all of gamedom than dying in Dwarf Fortress. Anyway, I'm going to assume at this point the goods have been brought here. What I'll probably do is just literally offer everything on the right-hand side of the trade. So a shift enter, it's marking just the it's marking the bins for trade. I mean, ideally I'd like to keep the bins, but like clicking is hard, clicking is annoying. Also, some of the bins have things other than mugs, but mostly we're offering them a bunch of mugs. We're offering them, I'm sorry, is that 148,000 dwarf bucks worth of mugs? Well, and some other things, but mostly mugs? Oh my god. I think this may be the most... I know you can do a search for mugs as well and just flag them. I guess I could just do that. I go and unmark things, use the search for mug to filter, and then shift enter, so it's only going to filter the mugs themselves. All right, 140,000 dwarf bucks worth of stuff. Out of curiosity, if I go and mark everything on the left-hand side, that's 25,000 dwarf bucks worth of stuff. The trader's going to make 115,000 dwarf buck profit simply because we're trading mugs away. I'm fine with that. We are supplying mugs to the dwarven land. This is our mission in life. There was a huge shortage in the dwarven civilization of mugs. It was tragic, and something had to be done. They put tons of faith in it. It was a mission of desperation. We had to go to some other mountain, whack some rocks, turn them into drinking devices. Very important. Thank you for spamming the mugs in chat. Also, I like the mirrored mug there, Exiled Magpie. Anyway, I'm gonna take everything, because I can, right? I think I have to just clear the search for the trade to work again. But there we go. I'm assuming he's gonna say yes. Yep. Done. There you go. Seems ecstatic with the trading. I bet you are. I bet you are. So we can go and tell Karthus he's no longer needed to trade at the depot. There's going to be a lot of rooting around. Ooh, nest boxes. Oh, because we probably traded for some animals. Hen, goose, turkey. Yeah, all right. Egg industry is a go. I have no recollection of how to properly set up an egg industry. I do know we do need some nest boxes, so we're going to put in a work order. for nest boxes. Probably made out of rock. I'm gonna make like 30 of them, which I think is more than we're ever gonna set up, but that should be okay. Nobody had anything to hold their meat, such a crisis. I mean, I guess one thing though is we did trade away all our mugs too, so temporarily we might be mugless. We've been mugged, but we do mass produce them fast enough that it should be okay. Yeah, and we're complaining about a lack of seeds. Now, theoretically, we've traded for some more here, which is hopefully the case. And it could just be that our people aren't consuming our plump helmets. So plump helmets are a type of mushroom that we grow here. If we brew the mushroom, or if they get eaten raw, we'll get the seed out of it. If they get cooked, the seeds get consumed, but that shouldn't really be a problem. If we take a look at the Z screen, how are we doing? We got over 600 drinks. We have 500 seeds, apparently. And we have tons of food ready to go. So, no, I think our situation's okay. We'd probably just stop brewing because we have all the drinks we need, is probably the situation. We do have some seeds. Some people are going around planting things. So this is our seed storage. And we got some dwarves hard at work over here. Who it is? We've got Kitsunder. We've got Karthus. Hey, there we go. So, I was going to talk about tweaking our nobles in between things. It is my headcanon that dwarf mugs are used as maces by the other societies of the world. I like it. I mean, it is the, mugs, dwarven mugs are the #1 most common substance